They're the unseen contributors to some of the greatest achievements in sport development in New Zealand for the last 12 months. And though their support may go unnoticed by the majority of people who participate in sport and recreation in Hawke's Bay, leaders from RSOs, NSOs and even personnel from within Spark are giving voice to acknowledge the groundbreaking work of the sport development team at Sport Hawke's Bay. Tonight, 5-Minute Profile takes a look at the team who are challenging the way that RSTs work in the sport development space, and in doing so find themselves exploring new ground in the pursuit of growing sport and active recreation in Hawke's Bay. Jeanette Cooper is the team leader of Sport Hawke's Bay's sport development team, a group that includes district coordinators in both Wairoa and Central Hawke's Bay. Jeanette, what are the most significant achievements attained by the sport development team through the 2010-2011 year?
The scope of work we do is very large, and we have seen success in a number of areas, from getting in and working closely to clubs and RSOs, using diagnostic tools, to planning and delivering community events. If we look at the areas that we've had national effect, then the work we do with connecting effectively with targeted codes and the impact we've had on the disability sector springs immediately to mind.
Don Clark is the operations manager of Hawke's Bay Hockey, an organisation that had little connection with Sport Hawke's Bay, yet the last 12 months has seen his Hawke's Bay Hockey connect with the RST in achieving valuable outcomes for his sport.
The last 12 months has been a real period of growth in the relationship with Sport Hawke's Bay and Hawke's Bay Hockey. I've been with hockey now for coming up 3 years, and my experience when I first came here was that we didn't really work a lot with Sport Hawke's Bay. Hockey tended to work a lot more on its own. In the last 12 months we have seen some significant changes and developments in hockey. With our development plan, with our strategic planning and with the whole of hockey plan for New Zealand, it's been absolutely vital that we get alongside the Sport Hawke's Bay, and we have built that relationship through that time. Sport Hawke's Bay have been a huge support for us in assisting us with developing our strategy, and also coming on board with the community sport plan. So we're just delighted that we have a really positive relationship with Sport Hawke's Bay, and that's going to go forward through to the future.
This is a sentiment endorsed by Hockey New Zealand's National Participation and Development Manager, Ian Francis.
Hawke's Bay Hockey speak well of their relationship with Sport Hawke's Bay and how they've worked positively together to develop the sport. We feel confident that the relationship and partnership between Sport Hawke's Bay Hockey and Hockey New Zealand will develop the sport in the region for the benefit of the Hawke's Bay community.
In 2007, an obese Paul Tiaiti became a wheelchair user after his excessive body weight caused a spinal disc in his back to collapse, crushing his spinal cord. 4 years later, and more than 70 kilograms lighter, Mr Tiaiti is in training to achieve goals of participating in long-distance cycle events in New Zealand and overseas. Goals that have come within reach thanks to the work of the sport development team in establishing a disability sport equipment bank, and through it providing Mr Tiaiti with a hand cycle.
I want to do the Iamori half Ironman at the end of the 2012 season. I don't think I'll have enough. I won't be able to do it this year, but that's one of my main dreams, is to do the Iamori. Another one of my dreams is to do the Taupo Cycle Challenge in Taupo. I was going to do it this year, but due to training and being in hospital and being a bit sick kind of thing, so I'm going to flag on it this year, but it's what I'm going to train for next year is those two events. My long-term goal is to do Race Across America, which is a 3,000 kilometre race, and I'm doing that with a couple of friends, and that looks, that's awesome. That's me. That's what I want to do. I think Sport Hawke's Bay have really helped me and got on with me who believed in me that firstly I could do this, and yeah, they've just been wonderful.
What would you say provides the foundation for your team's success?
So teamwork forms the foundation of any success we find. If we take the recent Spark Sport Volunteer Award strategy as an example, that was a national strategy for which Sport Hawke's Bay collected 26% of the nominations made in New Zealand. That's 1,805 nominations from Hawke's Bay alone. 1,805 nominations don't just happen, but as a result of a talented, hard-working group of people operating as a team, utilising strong relationships within our community to get the nominations and the stories of Sport Hawke's Bay's sport volunteers. My team cares about these people and wanted to make sure that as many of them as possible receive thanks for what they do.